Okay, go ahead. I'm recording. Go ahead. It's recording. Um, no, just wanted to add a little more. I think specifically a full moon because they need enough light to be able to like see where they're going in the middle of the woods. So just adding that. Yeah. So for the setting for me, like a major um, like important thing is that like they live near the woods. Like if you didn't live near the woods, you wouldn't be able to find owls because owls need trees, and if there's no trees, then the owls don't have a home. So I think the important part like of the setting for me was that like they live like so close to the woods that they could just like walk into the forest and be able to search for the owls. I think what Ash is getting at, I think the pictures really helped with that because they're really like soft pictures and like what they're showing you can imagine being there and it's like really quiet. One of the themes that I found common throughout was like growing up or like the kind of the coming of age because he's it's his first time going on the trip. He's now old enough to go on the trip, and a lot of times he's talking about where he's scared or he wants to like scream or something, and he can't because that's not what you do when you go owling. You have to be quiet when you go owling. You have to be strong when you go. He talks about stuff like that. So I think another big theme is like the coming of age or like growing up and maturing. So I'll go ahead and go. I kind of touched base on it earlier when Ash was talking about it being quiet. Like for me, the pictures, as you're reading the story, like I can envision myself because the pictures and the story like go hand in hand. So like as I'm reading it, I can imagine being there and how quiet it is, and you can hear the crunching of their feet in the sand. Because a lot of it, like when they're walking, you can see like their footsteps behind them, or when they're talking about how the train and the dog like whistling back and forth. The dog is right there, so I can like picture the dog um like howling and stuff. So I think the illustrators did like a perfect job of in like illustrating exactly what's going on in the story with the words so that the kids can actually like visualize it with the picture. Yeah, the illustrator does do that. They use a lot of like focus, and not even just with the white background, but one of the pages I'm looking at here, the direction like their trees are flowing, they're all like kind of pointing towards the little boy and the dad. So like it uses direction to like focus your eyes on like a certain point. Yeah, I agree. I would say first or second grade. Maybe even like the end of kindergarten if they're like advanced. Because I know some of my first graders have been reading since kindergarten at Myrick. But an activity I would probably have them do is like draw a picture of like a journey they would like to go on with one of their parents. So like the little boy and his dad went like searching for owls. It could be, oh, I want to go to Disneyland with my parent, and so they draw Disneyland and they draw themselves and their parent, just like an adventure they'd like to go on with their parent, kind of similar to um, like going owling. Yeah, wait, like what Ash was saying, especially because like children are so active. I feel like this book is like the opposite of like a child. Like they have to be quiet. You have to stay with grandpa. You have to not be scared. You have to, walk quietly. You have to just be careful with everything you're doing. And most children are careless and are not that way. So yeah, I think it's good a way to be like, hey, there's a time and a place where you can be, loud and crazy and whatever, like on the playground, and then like say we were in a library, you would have to be quiet, like they are in Almond. So you can even use that as like a teaching experience, like where it's with time and place when it's appropriate for you to be like loud and crazy and do what you want, and when it's appropriate for you to have to be really quiet and walk slow and all that. Yeah. Did anyone else have anything to add? One last thing I want to add. So not all books have this. Now that I'm looking at it, and like the cover, the picture kind of like continues like 360, and I thought that was really cool. I was just looking at that right now, and I think it just adds the feel because like after you close it, like they're still in the woods, I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I was looking at it right now. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. All right. Anything else? No, nobody. Okay, awesome. All right, we'll see you guys later. You too.